I would like to take a few minutes to talk about something extremely important. I chose to talk about this because of recent events that have happened in my life. 2 weeks ago, one of my best friends fell out of a window 5 stories high in Chicago. His name is Matt. He has been one of my closest friends since the 8th grade. In 8th grade, you are 14 years old, and I am currently 22. Though it would be terrible to lose a friend I just met a year or two ago, I couldn't imagine losing my best friend for the past 8 years. He is basically a brother to me. He broke many bones and bruised or tore most of his organs when he fell. After the fall, he was in a coma. I went to see my best friend, hoping for the best. While I was visiting him, all I could keep thinking was, this can't be real, this can't be real. I've never been a religious man, but this does not mean I don't have faith. While I was at the hospital, my friend came out of his coma. Not being able to move didn't kill his spirit. I had seen him when he was in the coma, and now that he was out, I had to go back. I received a phone call from Matt while I waited in the lobby to go see him, and he asked me, "Hey, where are you at?" as he's always said for as long as I've known him. I told him, "I'm at the hospital," and he quickly responded, "Wait, what happened to you?" I started laughing. It's unbelievable. After everything that happened to him, he was still able to joke. The fact that he survived the fall is amazing. The most amazing thing about this entire situation is he has 0 brain damage. He fell 5 stories and did not hit his head at all. That is simply amazing. I would like to take a few minutes to talk about hope. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." This quote is a perfect situation with me and my friend Matt. I accepted the fact that the worst scenario was possible, but I never lost hope that everything would be okay. I was losing my mind a little bit, but without hope, I would have lost my mind completely. This is the case in most bad situations. Hope is one of the most important ideals to remember. Without hope, there would be no ambition and a lot less happiness. What I mean by this is hope that better times are coming can have a person stuck in the worst situation still keep a positive mindset. Without the hope to succeed, would people even try? Without hope, people who failed, will they ever try again? I ask myself these questions from time to time. If you stop to think about it, hope is most likely what got you out of bed today. The hope that one day you will graduate college, which for some of you may be in a week, and get a real job and be able to provide for yourself. Without hope, life would be a lot more difficult, stressful, and a lot less enjoyable. The great John Lennon was quoted saying, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us as the world and the world will live as one." I like this quote because I myself find that I am too hopeful. Sometimes I hope for a little too much, an unreasonable amount of hope. Some people would consider this to be unproductive, but not me. Sitting around all the time hoping for the best. In other words, you could say daydreaming, but that's not what I consider it. This does not mean I do not believe that you should never strive for something. I do not believe sitting around hoping for things to happen will make it happen. I just believe that hope is a good quality to have and will make your goals a lot more reachable. Being too hopeful is just another way to say being positive or optimistic. This is a mindset I prefer to live in. I'd rather be a hopeful wisher than a pessimistic realist. I think it's the mindset of those who do not hope enough that makes some ideals unreachable. As the Lennon quote says, "I hope someday they'll join us." And I do. I do hope that the day comes where life is good enough for everybody to stay positive. That life is good enough for everybody that nobody loses hope for the future. I would like to take a few minutes. Oh, wow. That's the back. Sorry about that. Oh my God, no way. I get these mixed up. Alright. I'm sorry. The important message to take away from this speech is to never lose hope. A life without hope is a life I would rather not live. Like I already said, without hope there is no ambition and a lot less happiness. Without hope, life is a lot more stressful, difficult, and a lot less enjoyable. I've always been a positive, hopeful person, but recently it's been brought into life. Many negative things have happened in my life, but I stay positive. I continue to believe that the best is going to happen. And when the best does happen, like the situation with my friend Matt, it feels amazing. Much better than if I would have been negative and without hope throughout the entire situation. There is no good that comes from being hopeless. So next time you're put in a bad situation, just remember to stay positive. Positive vibes and optimism always outweigh the negative aspects of life. No matter how bad it gets, continue to have hope, because without hope, you basically have nothing.